Welcome back to the channel. TNA, Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. It's had a lot of different monikers, it's had a lot of different things that's been called, Global Force was the time, wasn't it? But ultimately, we can say that TNA is hopefully here to stay. So in our previous video, we already covered previous. It's one of the last two videos. We covered how AEW can be improved on, fixed if you will. And now, it's time to work on TNA. So with TNA, it's really hard to pinpoint where to even start, right? So I'm just going to state from the originality, what made them special, you know what I'm saying? Bring back the six-sided ring. Now, granted, I know that some wrestlers claim that it was difficult to work on, whether it be with the material or something that went along or coinciding with tag team matches, something went wrong there. Now, what you can do, you could bring it back for select PLE/ pay-per-views. You don't have to bring it back every single week. I mean, that's preferable, but, to make it, switch it up a little bit. That's what your concept is. Y'all grew up for that, so kind of try to switch it up and maybe bring it back every single pay-per-view.
Dude, I gotta ask, you go into TNA, they got this six-sided ring. You get in there, you gotta be thinking, what the fuck? Did you adapt immediately? I think, what's going on in your head?
First day I looked in there, I was just like, this is something interesting. But it's funny, man. But as I started to work in it, I really dug the six-sided ring. I mean, it was no matter which way you went, you were always going the right way eventually. So
What was the internal decision of when they decided to go to the square ring?
I think that was more directly Hogan and Bischoff. I think they felt that wrestling fans were acclimatized to the four sides and the six sides, muddled things, confused things. So I think that was kind of the decision behind it. And I mean, the logic sound behind it. I mean, it really didn't put a hitch in my craw about anything than doing that. So I mean, it was all good for me. I mean, hell, just put me in there. It doesn't matter who's in there, just as long as we get the job done.
On around the time, and that was the change from the six-sided ring to the four-sided ring. Did you think that was a good idea?
No, TNA is identified by having a six-sided ring. That's what makes the company different. And when they took that away, it just made it another wrestling company. Having those six sides, even though it's not that much different, it makes a big difference when you're talking about, you're promoting a match and you're talking about the six sides of steel or the six sides in the ring and not four sides. TNA had this reputation of being a wrestling show, and having the six sides made it different. And I thought that they should have continued to have that.
And then even at that, if wrestlers were hypothetically complaining, try to modify it a little bit. Find out what can be causing the difficulty or what can be causing this issue when it comes to the material. And, just reprimand that a little bit. Do your own thing. Make it it's already your own thing, but make it even more your own thing, so wrestlers won't complain. And then another thing, and this is something I really like that they used to do, that they really don't do as many segments as they used to do before, but when they did the backstage segment specifically, and they kind of had the hidden camera, so it was more realistic, they need to bring that back. More backstage segments, definitely, and then just incorporate that camera style where it's kind of the camera was hidden, so it had a more enhanced realism sense. You know what I'm saying? Because who wants a camera being shoved up in their face like this? And in terms of the revitalization of TNA and the broadcasting, you want to reach as many people as you can. Now, in terms of the big four, if you want to say, between ROH, AEW, TNA, and WWE, in terms of American, TNA ranks at the very, very bottom. And granted, why is that? Well, they don't really have a network, do they? I mean, they kind of do, but it's not something that's really easily public access. Not something that is a channel that most people could just tune into on a streaming platform that most people do tune into. Like Netflix. You can even say Tubi if you want. So in some way, shape, or form, I believe that's something that could definitely help improve, and if you want to say fix TNA, would be to try to score a TV deal. I know it's easier said than done. I'm not saying it's easy, but that should be one of the main focuses right now. You gotta try to get on TV. I know NWA, I think NWA, I'm gonna put it up here, but NWA and TNA, I think NWA probably ranks over them, so make it the top 5, and TNA's at the bottom, bro. Because WWE is on Fox and USA right now, but then they're gonna switch over to Netflix when it comes to Raw, but NXT may still be on there. So with that being said, TBS and TNT, they have AEW. Then on top of that, NWA is going to be on CW11. So the only real available network probably would be CBS, NBC, and Channel 9 WWOR. So those are 3 right there off the bat. You know, if you can try to score something, work something out, that would be your best favorite, in my opinion. But hey, I know it's not something that's easily done, you know what I'm saying, easily of course, but you gotta put your best effort forward. So in a sense of feel good, or you know, just like a nice congratulations or a pat on the back for what TNA has done so far. Recently they had their international trip, and that was over to, I believe, the UK. That was last year, 2023, and that was a great idea, good step forward in the right direction. Another good improvement, and it's more so within their working relations, is definitely having some wrestlers of theirs appear in the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble is one of the most watched events in all of wrestling. It really is. So that type of exposure is, hey, that's good on them. That's good on them. And just overall celebrating the rebrand. I mean, to go back from first it was really TNA, then it switched over, and then it became all the different intricacies. Where did Global Force Wrestling come from? Global Force? That's so corny. Then you went over to Impact, and oh man, I mean, at least kept the Impact name, but finally TNA Impact is back. From their titles to the new set design to the new colorway and color schemes. I mean, phenomenal work. Only thing in terms of criticism is getting rid of Scott D'Amore. That was completely unnecessary. Why would y'all even do that as the board of directors? So bring Scott back, man. Bring that man back, bro. Come on. That's not right. But in terms of everything else, TNA is on the right track right now. So just trying to improve on the little things, you know what I'm saying? Storylines have been great. Wrestling has been great. Yeah. It's just those little things right there, those top 3, which can, even though you can say they're little things, they'll go a long way. So on that note, thank you for tuning into the video. I appreciate it like always. And I usually have a closing message, but I don't really think I have one this time. I mean, besides thank you. You know, just thank you. We're closing in on, I believe, 173 or 174 subscribers. Thank you. Because we was just at 130 to begin the month, and then just jump up with the wrestling content. I appreciate it. So somehow the road to 1,000 still continues going into the summer. I need that. We can do that. Let's get that. And on that note, that's what we're going to strive for. Strive for greatness, strive for excellence, and enjoy all the memories and, you know, content that we make along the way. Because I love doing this. This is fun. This is one of the things that I really enjoy. So to be able to vocalize my opinion, keep it respectful, and, you know, bring new ideas and innovations to the forefront, that's all I want to do. So on that note, this video is long enough. So you take care. Whomever you are, be safe. I appreciate you, and peace out. Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. She say I just be like I'm Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing.